Before I get into why hate speech is far worse than cheating, I guess it would help to clarify my stance on cheating first. Yes, I believe that you should follow the game's basic terms of service, and I don't think that should be as controversial as it is. I could go into why cheating is harmful to the game, but that is a topic for another time. Anyways, as someone involved in one of the platforms where cheating is largely normalized, I didn't want to contribute to the problem. That being said, as much as I don't think cheating should have a place in the game, the important thing to acknowledge is that cheating in a video game obviously doesn't make you a bad person. What I do believe makes a bad person is the acceptance and the normalization of hate speech. The more relevant term would be racism, but that doesn't include everything. I really don't think I need to tell you why hate speech or racism is bad. That is assuming you possess basic morals and empathy that is learned in kindergarten, but unfortunately, it has gotten to a point where I feel it's necessary. It is true that hate speech is included in free speech, but so is speaking up about it. Hate speech is against many online platforms, terms of service, and they are in their right to enforce it. The realm of the Mad God Discord server that I believe is the worst offender of this, to nobody's surprise. Sorry, wrong video.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
I honestly wasn't planning on making another Shiny Hunters video. In fact, I even left the server. However, some things were brought to my attention that I could not simply ignore. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I made a document exposing Shiny Hunters using a bot that was bad enough for them to claim to have gotten rid of, although it was a complete lie. If you are interested, I included the link in the description, but that is not what this video is about. This is by far the most controversial example, but I think it is important to understand how Shiny Hunters operates. It is an actual poll they had in their higher-up chat, which they later shared with other staff members. In my experience, the term they are discussing allowing is almost always used in a derogatory way directed at other people. Unsurprisingly, if you search the word in the server, that is exactly what happened. I don't think I need to explain why this is extremely racist, but I will anyway, to make sure we're on the same page. BLM stands for Black Lives Matter and is depicting Black people as violent monkeys. This is the same rhetoric used to dehumanize Black people and justify racial superiority. If you want a recent example of this, you don't have to go back that far, which even received backlash from some of his supporters. This is going to be the last example of this video, but you don't have to search very far to find more examples. Anyways, the guild name this is referring to is an abbreviation WTN. I'm sure it could mean nothing bad. Oops. They claim it stands for what the noob, but the joke he made doesn't make sense if he was referring to that definition. It's not like their guild founders and leaders haven't used the racial slur either.
You sure about that?
Both of whom are security in Shiny Hunters. There is a point where you can only joke about racism enough before it actually becomes racist. To give Shiny Hunters some credit, they have taken action against the more extreme cases, but only after it happened numerous times, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Also, most of the examples in this video are coming from the server owner. The only person that can hold them accountable in the context of the server is themselves. This is going off on a slight tangent, but I feel like it is necessary to be said. I find it extremely absurd that you can spew so much racism and call yourself a Christian. I could go on and on about love your neighbor as yourself, but I don't think there's more that needs to be said than this. If anyone says, I love God and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother, whom he has seen, cannot love God, whom he has not seen.
Shut the fuck up. Know your fucking place, trash.